Hi everyone. Assalamualaikum. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, doctor.
All right. Okay, so we're going to discuss tutorial 1. Yeah, I think most of you have collaborated very well for your the tutorial 1 that we have shared. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to discuss. Yeah, you see how the answers are. I'm sure most of you are doing very well. Okay, so let's go direct to the question number 1. Yeah. Okay, so the question number 1 is about the quality requirements. So which of the following statements on quality requirements are true and which are false? Okay, so you said that the first one is false. Quality requirements refer to the process of creating a software and not to the product. Oh, that is false, correct. That is not true. B, quality requirements can complement functional requirements. Yes, that is true. Very good. Quality requirements are elicited after the functional requirements. That is not true. Yeah, that one is usually what we perform most of the time. We try to elicit requirements. It can come together, you know, sometimes at the same time. Yeah, we try to get the requirements from the stakeholders, and they are talking about what they want, what they need to do, as well as they're talking about their concerns of performance, you know, about the portability and so on. So usually they will be, coming together, not necessarily after. Yeah, the functional requirements. All right. So another one, D is a little bit tricky. Quality requirements can be substantiated with additional functional requirements. Yes, sometimes this is true. Yeah, because some of the quality requirements like the security, we want the system to be safe. Yeah, for example, we want the data to be able to be, you know, transferred in a safe way. Yeah, but at the same time, we can actually try to try to refine it to become a few other functional requirements. You know, these actually can be what we call, implemented, yeah, by having a few functional requirements. Yeah, for example, you want the systems to be usable, right? So what you can do is you can implement, instead of saying that the system should be usable, at the same time you can also implement what they call as a help videos, or for example, or some guidance, you know, in the systems, yeah, to be able to provide to increase the usability of the system if they meet any problems. Yeah, so quality requirements can be, yeah, or it can be, implemented, yeah, using with additional functional requirements. Yeah, so that this actually D is true. Yeah, is true. Okay. Yeah, you want to change this one? So one of you maybe, yeah, can do that. Yeah, so D is true. Yeah. All right, so how about number 2? Which two of the following statements define the term requirement in accordance to the IEEE standard? So this one you can refer to your notes, of course, where you talk about requirement is C and D, yeah, a demanded capability of the system, correct? And the capability that must be met, possessed by the systems, right? That is very true, very correct, yeah? Okay, so how about number 3, yeah? So among others, the customer demands from the contractor delivering and information systems the following. So which one do you think two requirements refer to the systems to be realized? Which are the one? Yeah, you get it correct directly here. C and E, exactly. Yeah. So C refer to the system shall grant a throughput of 100 transactions per second. Yeah, that one is in terms of efficiency, yes. And then E, under normal load, the response time must not be more than 2 seconds in 90% of the cases. Yeah. So this also need to be realized, yeah, in the systems. So quality requirements for performance, right? Okay. Number 4, which of the following statement define the term stakeholders? Yeah, which one? All right, so obviously you put B and C, the person who has directly influence on the requirements, as well as a group of people or organization who has indirectly influence on the requirements of the regarded systems, right? So these are the two most accurate, yeah, descriptions, yeah, about the stakeholders. All right, good. So this number 5 actually might be a little bit misleading, but actually the question need to be corrected but the answer is right. Yeah. So actually, it's more specific. I would say that which one of the following activity is not a core or the cross-sectional activities. Yeah, of both. Yeah, it's not core as well as not cross-sectional process. Oh, sorry, activities. Yeah, of the requirements engineering. Then you get it correct. Yeah, for D. All right, so you get it right. Yeah, but the answers. Yeah, I mean, sorry, the questions need to be more specific. Yeah, rather than just mention about the core activities, yeah, of the requirements engineering. Sorry about that. You get it right, most of you? Yes? Yes or no? Yes or no? You agree with me, most of you? Anyone? Yes, okay. At least I get some response, please. Thank you. So which three of the following characteristics are required by the requirements engineer? All right, so the A, yes, the communication skills. The B, yes, the analytical thinking. There is one more, right? Yes, self-confident, yeah. So that should be another important characteristics, because you need to communicate with all sort of people, yeah, from the top management, yeah, to the knowledge engineers, to the knowledge peoples, and so on, yeah, to the domain experts, and so on. So you need a lot of confidence, yeah, because you need to bridge, yeah, between the non-technical people to the technical world as well, yeah. That's about number 7. Okay, so we have to, mention the type of requirements. Whether it's functional, we have to classify. Basically, functional. Are there? Is this the requirements of functional requirements, the quality requirements, or the constraint? Of course, there are sometimes, different perceptions towards it. But most of the time, of course, they can be some very, very fuzzy. Yeah. The classification that we can make, based on the requirements that we have gathered, all right. So hopefully this one is clear cut, I hope. The first one, the system shall maintain records of all library materials. Of course, they're talking about functionalities, right? So this is functional requirement. The first one, the system shall be implemented using Android. Of course, because we want to be constrained. There can be a lot of solutions using a lot of things, but we just want to constrain to use the Android Studio, so that is the constraint. And then we have the system shall allow users to search, you allowing the user to do some functionality. So that is obviously the functional requirements. And then you have the system should provide data security that will prevent direct and authorized access. This is quality requirements. Security. And you have the system shall support 20 transactions per second. They're talking about quality here, about the efficiency of the processing. And then they talk about the system shall be able on the market no later than certain period, certain date, right? So that is a constraint. And then you mentioned about the system facilities which are available to public users should be demonstrable in 10 minutes. So this is quality requirements, specifically the usability. Very good. Okay, so let's discuss about this in terms of the qualities. You can actually check within the books, or maybe you can have some other references that talk specifically about specific qualities, for software. So we can try to determine over here what kind of quality they're talking about based on the requirements that have been given. Okay, so the first one, this system can be set up and packed easily, which enable the required mobility. Of course, talking about mobility. So this is obviously the portability. And then we talk about access time for all mobile applications should be within 2 seconds. Right, it's efficiency, or we can mention as well more specific the performance, And then the system interface should allow users to make any action with a maximum of 3 clicks or taps. It should be simple but informative and easy to read. Obviously the usability. Very good. And then we have the user should be capable of running the same application on different mobiles. About moving around from one platform to another. Of course, this is portability. And then you have the probability that the component fail should not be should not exceed 0.001% per year. Obviously, this is reliability. Yeah, very good. Especially the mean time for failure, the mean time to failure. All right. And then we have the system must handle 1,000 transactions per second. Yeah, the system must handle 1,000. Yeah, this is about efficiency, right? The performance as well, you can say, because of seconds. Yeah. And then the system shall allow manager to have permissible access to sales and operation. Accessibility. What do you think of this? Any other answers? Yeah, any other answers you think? That one is not that accurate. Daniel, you want to mention to me anything? Anyone here? Amar? Oh, Kishok. Kishok is here. How are you?
Is it maintainability?
The system shall allow manager to have permissible access, yeah, to sales data and operation. It's about accessibility, yeah, but in terms of quality, what do you want? What do you want actually? What is the objective of having to have only allow managers to have only permissible access to sales data and operation? Yes, Cheryl.
Functionality.
Sorry?
Functionality.
Louder. Functionality, yes, but what exactly that you want actually? You want to actually limit the accessibility, right? For what reason?
Security.
For security, exactly. Yeah, that is Daniel. Who's that?
Yes.
Sorry. Huh?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Me, Daniel.
Daniel. All right. Thank you, Daniel. So yeah, it's you can mention in general it's a functionalities, right? But in terms of limiting the access, it's about security. Yeah, it's about security qualities. Yeah, that is important. You allow only the one that is permissible. Yeah, that is allowed to be accessed certain data. And not everybody can access all the private data in the company, right? Sorry about this. I share again. Okay, so this is more on the security, yeah. And you have the system shall exhibit the mean time to repair of not more than 2 hours. All right. So he's talking about mean time to repair. So what exactly the qualities that we are looking for at this scenario?
Maintainability.
Right. Yeah. So it's more towards, where you talk about repair, you want to update, you want to maintain. Yeah. So it's more maintainability. Thank you. Very good. Okay. Let's see this one. Okay. Anyone volunteer to read for me? We have. Want to read for me, please?
Please.
Can we have?
Jawabannya.
Kishok, yeah, just now. Yeah. Sorry, Kishok. You try to read from me. Can you? You have a good voice.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Problem description. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can. Go ahead.
A problem description is given below. The requirements for an interactive system for ferry bookings to be installed in a travel agency and used by travel agents are to be defined. Problem description. A ferry company only accepts bookings from authorized travel agencies situated in towns throughout Scotland. There is a computerized central booking system at the company's head office in Aberdeen. However, all transactions at the travel agencies are currently handwritten on special forms. Travel agents working in the travel agencies use printed ferry timetables to answer customer inquiries. These timetables are updated by regular distributions from the ferry company head office, sent by courier. Customers inquire about the availability of bookings, which are checked by a travel agent telephoning Aberdeen. Customers may make provisional bookings, which is valid for 3 days, and they will be given a written quotation for this. A customer making a firm booking must pay a deposit, at which time they receive a booking confirmation slip. Provisional and firm bookings are made by travel agents over the telephone to Aberdeen. Full payment must be made by the customer at least 1 week before the date of the first ferry sailing. Tickets are only issued when full payment has been made. These are printed at the head office and sent by first class post to the travel agency. The management of the ferry company has decided that it would be more efficient to have online systems in the larger travel agencies directly connected to the central booking system. These agency systems will allow provisional and firm bookings to be made directly, tickets to be printed at the travel agencies, and the central timetable to be accessed directly by travel agents, avoiding the need for distribution of timetable updates. The managers of several travel agencies have expressed concern that yet another booking system will cause them major problems unless it runs on hardware that they already have for airline bookings and other tour operators. The system in the travel agencies will have to be simple to use and robust, providing guidance at every stage of use and online help. High reliability of the communications between a travel agency and the head office is of vital importance to the business. Since the information transmitted from the head office for ticketing contains special booking codes, security of the data transfer is an important consideration.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we have here the question: who are the stakeholders in the system? From the description, identify a list of stakeholders, functional requirements and non-functional requirements, the quality requirements as well as constraints for the system. So okay, so all right. So you mentioned usually when we mention about the stakeholders, like the one that you have actually, the descriptions that we have in the earlier questions. Yeah, we talk about the one that can give influence. Yeah, be able to actually maybe meet them. Yeah, to get the requirements. Yeah, from them. So it's not advisable to mention the agencies as a whole, or you want to take, this is the ferry company, they're going to be the stakeholders. Yeah, it's best to mention the person, yeah, inside that particular. So when you talk about travel agencies, they are actually the one that is they actually the companies that contain the stakeholders inside. All right. So who's the stakeholders within the travel agencies?
A ferry company.
A
ferry company, doctor.
Yeah, the ferry company is the company. So who's the stakeholders inside there? Who's the stakeholder inside the ferry company? Yeah?
Managers.
The managers, very good. The managers, the staff inside the travel agencies, right? The travel agent themselves, are they stakeholders? Are they? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. The customers, right? The staff of the travel agent, maybe the officer there, yeah, the administrator, yeah, or who's in the ferry company that you want to talk to, that you want to get information from?
A staff.
A
staff, doctor.
Sorry,
a staff.
The staff, yeah. Yeah. Maybe, yeah, of course, the managers, the one in the ferry company, we have the management people, right, over there. So you can refer specifically the managers, the top managers, yeah. Maybe the ferry driver, yeah. And, it can be the people, the travel agents, who else? The ticketing people, yeah. They're in charge of the tickets, yeah, in the travel agencies, right? So all these are the stakeholders, yeah. So it's advisable not to put just the travel agencies as a whole, or the companies, yeah. So please mention the one that is specifically the stakeholders, yeah, inside that companies or the travel agencies. Okay. All right. Very good. So the next one, how about the functional requirements? All right. These are the three that you mentioned. Yeah, you can actually, at this moment, that is a good try that you have right in a very nice way, yeah. The functional requirements for this Yeah, the program should allow provisional and firm bookings to be made directly. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. What else? The program should enable tickets to be printed. Yes. The program should allow the central timetable to be accessed directly. Yes. Yes. What else can you expect from these functional requirements from the system? The system or the program should allow inquiries to be made to the timetable. They want to ask questions, right, about timetables and so on. Maybe the system should allow updates to the timetable. Yeah, the program shall allow the user or the administrator to update the timetable, right? Because the timetable, yeah, everybody can try to assess and try to get the date and changes as well that can be made to the timetable. Yeah. All right. So what else do you want about the bookings? They shall allow shall allow provision of bookings made. Yeah. Inquiries about the bookings as well. Can do that, right? You want to handle the bookings lah, basically, yeah. You want to update the bookings, you want to do the bookings, you want to cancel the bookings, you want to, all this, yeah, about the bookings, yeah, and the tickets as well, yeah. You want to be able to issue the tickets, by the travel agencies, you want to print the tickets, yeah. So all this about the ticketings, yeah, and then about the timetable, you want to be able to update the timetable, edit, all these inquiries about the timetable. That's, I think, the three main functionalities that should be provided by the systems, right? So that is in terms of functional requirements. Very good. How about the quality requirements? Okay, so the system in the travel agency will have to be simple to use and robust. So you're talking about he mentioned about usability just now. Okay, yeah, it should be able to be usable, yeah, learnability, yeah, should be easy to be used, yeah. And then the system should provide guidance every stage of use. Okay, similar. Yeah, I think this is a, there can be, one or two usability requirements for the system. Yeah, this one maybe in terms of guidance, that means there is more on the learnability. Yeah, this one is about the easy to use, yeah, simple and robust. Yeah? And then the third one is the high reliability of the communication between. Yes, they're talking about reliability. Yeah, to facilitate the communication between the central booking and the travel agencies. All right, and then they're talking about the security. Okay, so you have highlight to us from, what we can derive from the problem descriptions. These basically three important concern of the quality requirements that they want. One is about usability, second one is about reliability, and third one is about security of data transfer. Yeah, so for any system, when we try to actually get the requirements from the stakeholders, we try to actually identify what are their concerns, what are their a few qualities that they want from the system. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you don't need actually to implement the whole requirements, quality requirements, yeah, but make sure that you'll be able to identify what are their concerns, yeah, what are the qualities that will be very, very important for them. So in this case, we have identified, we have derived from the problem descriptions, yeah, these three main quality requirements. Very good. And then how about the constraint? Yeah, we have seen that they want to use the existing hardware. Yeah, so that's what they want. Yeah, they don't want to, spend more money, yeah, because they have to buy new hardware and so on, yeah. So the program must run on hardware they already have, yeah, for airline bookings and other tour operation. No, excellent, yeah. So this group, well done. So any questions? Questions that you want to highlight here? Get clear from the quality requirements, from the constraints, from the stakeholders. Daniel, just now any adding things that you want to add? Any views? Anyone? Oh, you have questions here. You mentioned about efficiency. Yeah, Kishore, that's a good question. You're talking about the efficiency as it's a bigger scope, yeah? Performance is more specific, yeah? Usually, yeah, within the efficiency, you can talk about performance. It's about processing time, yeah? So efficiency is a little bit higher, then you can have more specifics, quality qualities. All right. Okay. Zamil, you get the idea?
Yes, doctor.
All right. Okay, that's very good. So I think any add in, anything that you want to add to the discussion? Anything else? This one? Cheryl? Clear?
Yes, clear.
So far so good? All right, so I can discuss the second part of our discussion today, right? Because we want to discuss about the projects. Okay, so the first project one, I already give you the idea about the project one actually is concerned about you have to select the existing system. Okay, so project one is basically like the reverse engineer. So for most for normal process, what is usually the practice is that people will be able to come up with the SRS. I mean, they have to develop the system requirement specification first, the SRS, and then after that they pass this one to the developers to be implemented. Okay, so that means they have to perform the requirements engineering process, coming out with the SRS, and then after that they will pass this to the developers, to be able to develop. But for this project, it's a little bit different. We're going to analyze existing system. So each group should be able to identify one system, quite established systems around us that you might be familiar, or you want to learn about the projects, want to learn about the system. So you have to reverse engineer it. That means you have to analyze these systems and then try to write the SRS for this project, for this system that you have identified. For example, a simple one, maybe close to us, you have identified the PowerPoint system, the PowerPoint within the Microsoft. You like it so much, so you know this PowerPoint is very useful. There's a lot of features, so you try to derive what do you think is the objective of this PowerPoint systems, and what do you think is the users, what are their goals, and then you're going to derive as well all the requirements, all the main features as well as the functional requirements, quality requirements, the constraint that you think exists, for the system. And also you have to recommend, if you identify, of course, where you learn about this, where you analyze the projects, you analyze the system, you'll be able to identify some, limitation, and that you want to recommend new features to it. So you can also put the list of recommended features to the system that you have analyzed. So that will involve project one. So you have to form a group of 5 to 7. I give you a flexibility, but make sure not more than 7. The ideal numbers will be 5. So you have to contact your friends here. I will leave some time for you after this. I mean, during this session, you have to time to discuss among you here to form the group of 5 to 7 people, and then you elect one of them to be. You select one of you to be the leader, and then what you do, you also identify the project that you want to analyze. All right, and then based on that, you register your group at the wiki. I already upload at the the Spectrum, right? So you register by next week, hopefully, by next week, because you have about another 3 to 4 weeks to perform your projects. And after these projects, the output should be the report, the SRS report that I already upload the template as well on the Spectrum. Okay. Any questions? Anything? Is it clear, Amar?
So far, so
Yes, doctor.
Okay. You're very okay. I hope please be responsive. All right. So that's what I want. For the project one, you have the groups ready by next week, and the system that you have identified to for you to analyze those systems. All right, and then later on for the second part of the semester, you have project 2. Project 2 is the normal practice. That means you have to propose the system that you want to develop, and then you're going to come up with the SRS. Don't worry, you're not going to implement that. We don't expect you to come up with a system. But we just expect you to provide us with a complete, acceptable SRS. Yeah, system requirement specification. That is the output of the requirements engineering process. Yeah, that you're going to learn, how to perform it. Yeah, during this semester. All right. Yeah. Anything you want to ask or you want to give different views towards this thing? Come on, Zamil, any questions?
No, doctor.
Yeah, Shopee. I mean, it's possible that there is a called e-commerce. Eng Sheng Hao. Yeah, that is a good one. So you can try to select, for example, the Shopee. Yeah, the established one like Shopee. Yeah, so there is an e-commerce system and try to do analysis on that one. But I hope within the group, within these two groups that I have, you will not be analyzing the same system. Yeah, please. Yeah, so that's why I asked you to register as soon as possible to the wiki that I already, so you can try to register your group with the system that you have identified, you have selected. Okay. Any other things? This one? You want to do Maya? Okay, it's going to finish, don't worry. Just 5 more minutes. Okay. Maya, yeah, you can do that, but Maya is not so good. I know we have a lot of problems with that one. Hafiz, you interested to do that? Yeah, you can try if you want. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. Make sure that you already submitted, register your system as soon as possible.
Doctor.
Yes.
Is for the template that you give in the spectrum.
Right.
The first link, right? The template for SRS 2020. That one like you talking about right just now. The template. That one is for project 1 or project 2.
You can adapt it to be used for project 1 and project 2. Except that project 1 you have to put more lah in terms of recommended features or limitation of the system that you have analyzed. But you can use that as a guidance that you can adapt as well.
Okay.
Can you? Yeah. But if you if you have other views or maybe you have another sections that you want to add, is possible. You can just add any section that you think is important, and you can drop as well. And one or two sections that you think is not applicable for the projects, because that one is just a general template for the guidance. Yeah. Okay. Okay, maybe next week if you have time, then we can go through a little bit through the template to see what are the things that you want to ask and so on. All right. Asia, Asia is too big. You can mention about you want to do Asia. That one is about booking systems lah. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you can just focus on the airline tickets. Yeah. That will be enough. Yeah. Not the hotel and so on. Yeah. So maybe if you want to choose Asia, then try to focus on the reservation, parts of the, the tickets, the airline tickets and so on. That will be fine, yeah. Anything else? All right, so far. So I will just like the previous group, what I want to do, what I want to allow you to do here. See, most of you are very quiet. You can discuss during this session. I can leave. Among you can decide to find your group members. Yeah, you can try to discuss here if you have, because you can show your face. Yeah, this is just your friends. How many of you? And then try to get the group members for your group. Yeah, can you? You know what happened most of the time when we have physical classes, after the class or during the class, you can try to find the members, right? So since we don't have the physical classes, you can use this platform. At least show your face and then try to say who's willing to come to my class, to my group. Yeah? Can you? Can you? Right, Daniel, do you agree? Do you want that? Daniel. No? Muhammad Izwan? Are you there?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, Izwan. So do you want the time during this hour? You can talk to your friend to recruit the members for your group.
Yeah, sure, Doctor. We can try to.
Yeah, try to do that, please. Yeah, I want it by next week. So this is the good platform. I just opened for you. I'm going to leave, but you can still discuss. Yeah, to be able to identify your group members. Make sure that they will be not more than 7. Yeah, the ideal numbers is 5 lah. Yeah, it's easier for you to communicate. Yeah, not so many. So 5 to
Doctor.
7. Yeah.
Doctor. Let's say
Yes.
like we have a group of 7 or 5. Is it like the amount of work will be lesser if we do only have 5 people, or everything should be the same? Either we have 5
There's
or
a
7.
pro and cons like is one. There's a good questions, but what I see most of the time when we have projects, even for software development projects, yeah, and more people doesn't actually help so much, yeah. But you know, maybe you can get the
Understood.
positive side is that you can get more ideas lah, yeah. But in terms of work, work distributions, you know, it's quite difficult. The more that you have, is the more difficult to actually coordinate, right?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but you can do it, I'm sure. I try my best to assist in whatever way that you want. Yeah, maybe if you have something that you have to develop, you can collaborate like the one that I do for this tutorial, right? So you share the document and then share with all your members. They can work together. Yeah, you can see the same document. Yeah, everyone can actually collaborate the same document. They can contribute, and you have a discussion among you as well. Yeah. During certain period of time, yeah. So you have to allocate the meetings to discuss with them and so on lah. Okay. Okay. All right. So everyone, yeah. So this is your, this is a platform. So you try to discuss and get the members and try to make sure that you identify the group leader, you identify your members, and then you identify the projects that you want. Project 1, the existing systems that you want to analyze. All right. Okay, everyone, no questions, no more.
Doctor, sorry for
Yes.
interrupting. So for
Munir,
the yes, that's me. So for the kind of system that I'm going to choose, is there any kind of limitation or constraint that what kind of system are we going to choose, or is it like very general as long as it's not too complex?
Yes, you have give me a good descriptions about about the system to be selected, Munir. Thank you. Yes, please find something that is interesting to you, that you want to be able to identify what are the features, what possible stakeholders that they try to target for. Yeah, as a system that you might have experience using it, maybe. Yeah, as well as not too complex. Yeah, of course, if you too complex the system, then you have to going to spend so much time. Yeah, trying to analyze their features as well. Yeah, Munir?
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
So yeah, that is a good question. Yeah. So we try to find something that is familiar to you as well, if possible. Yeah. But maybe interesting. Yeah. That you can try to give feedbacks. What are the limitations of the systems, and what are the recommended features to be added to the system. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I leave first. Yeah, you have 20 minutes. You can discuss with your members over here. Yeah, show your face. Don't be shy. Yeah, most of you going to work together. So show your face and then try to get the members to the group. All right. Thank you. See you next week. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, Doctor. Thank you.